What is happening out of the park baseball fans? How is everybody tonight? Wow, my green screen's going even crazier than it was last night. Alex, I have no idea what's going on with my green screen. It's great until I start to use it, and then it goes nuts. It's unbelievable. Welcome everybody to the Big Rich Machine. This is going to be a lot of fun here tonight. I have been relieved of my solo duties, and our good friend Alex Murray is back in my ear and back joining us, so that we can have some fun and pick things up in spring training 2020. Alex Murray, my co-pilot, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Rich. It's been a good day. I wish I could be able to go through the internet and fix all your technical problems, but unfortunately, I can't do that. So.
Yeah, everything is great, and then I turn on the button to go live, and things just go kablooey. I don't understand technology. I guess who knows what's going on?
That is perfect technology for you right there, Rich. That's
Yeah,
exactly how they designed it to be.
yeah. I think you're exactly right about that. I think you're exactly right. So, as I mentioned, this is the Big Rich Machine. This is episode 11. We are in spring training. I am no longer by myself. Alex is
Mm-mm.
back. We are going to have a lot of fun tonight. I think a couple things I want to mention before we get too far. Number one, I want to mention thank you to everybody who is here now, and thank you to everybody who has been supporting us, especially this past week where we announced Out of the Park Baseball 21. Alex, did you know Out of the Park Baseball 21? We announced that. Did
Wait,
you
what? We,
catch
we
that?
announced a new game?
We did. We
What?
absolutely did. And you know what else?
What?
It can be pre-ordered right now.
Ooh.
Yes, it can be pre-ordered right now. If you go to ootpdevelopments.com/pre-order, you can get it. It's 10% off if you do that. So you save a few bucks. You'll get it 3 days early, and you'll also get a gold pack. Thank you guys for the tremendous support so far for the announcement of Out of the Park Baseball 21. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, it is.
And we're very excited about it. Also, I want to make sure that everybody knows that the big live stream schedule last night, was it last night? Yes, it was last night. We
Mm-hmm.
had our first look at Out of the Park Baseball 21. Alex, I got to ask you, what was your
What?
favorite thing?
Oh gosh. To be
I'm
honest,
totally putting him on the spot here, too.
there's one
Totally
thing
putting
that
him.
they didn't show that I'm actually more interested in, but I won't mention that until later
Okay.
because that's
All right.
something that's going to happen down the road.
Okay.
But I think the best part that I loved was the moving camera angles. That's going to
Okay.
make the game so much easier to stream and to play and to be interactive. That just adds another element to the game for being able to just let people experience the ballparks and the actual active action of baseball.
Love it. Love it. Um, Something else. Looks like I got a little background noise here going on. Pardon me. Um, I tell you the thing that I was in particular, just I got such a kick out of because it was, and I'm not even joking. It was the first time that I had seen it. It was the home run derby, the home run challenge. How
Just the
fun
fact that
is
you can actually hit spacebar and swing the bat and actually be in first person control.
one of the best things about out of the park baseball is that you don't have to be good with the stick skills. Okay, like it's particular when you get to be someone of as advanced an age as I, who by the way I still play console sports games as often as I possibly can. I'm going crazy these days playing both Forza 7 and Gran Turismo Sport, which are
Yes,
super challenging but amazing games. I love the show.
very
I
nice
love
game.
all those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you come to appreciate not having to have stick skills. But now here we are, out of the park baseball, introducing a skill-based competition that is only going to cause hard feelings around the out of the park baseball offices.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
oh yeah.
so. But I think that looks awesome, so I'm excited about that. So last night was the unveiling. If you didn't see it last night, don't worry about it. It's up on YouTube. Next week, TJ and Matt we'll be doing a deep dive into franchise scouting and drafting are at the top of that list. They're going to be going really deep into there. And Perfect Team with Chris on March 9th. Going to be a deep dive into that. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Again, thank you guys all for being here. But we are here tonight. We are here tonight to talk about the Big Rich Machine.
Yes.
Alex, thank you for putting me in position to not screw things up too badly last week.
Oh, you did a great job, Rich. I mean, I will make the statement right out the door at this point. You did an awesome job last week. It was an entertaining stream. You did your best, and it worked perfectly.
It really did.
We're in really good position. The team performed excellently under your care, so I have no problems with you ever taking another solo at whack at this.
Oh, don't do it to me again. If you don't have to. Look, I respect your time. I understand that sometimes life beckons us away from this. But yeah, that was fun. I'm glad you were there. You being in the chat was the best thing of all. That was awesome.
Just to make sure that you got off to a good start. That was my intention. Look, I bet you the first thing that's going to happen is in the first 5 minutes, he's going to hit a brick wall and be like, Alex, what am I supposed to do next? And I'm going to be like, I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, there were multiple times where had you not been there, it would have been a complete calamity. You know
Yeah.
that. You absolutely know that. So. All right, so here we go. It is... what is it? It is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. Alex Murray.
Yes.
We've got a few days, not many, like what, 2 days till the.
We have
till
4
opening
games
day?
left.
Oh,
we have 4
okay.
spring training games left at this point.
Right. Okay, so. Okay. Got
So
it.
let me
Thank
try
you,
to
guys.
figure out what our list of events are at this point. So technically, we've edited when the draft pool is announced. So that occurs in about a day or two, I believe, at this point. But there are 4 more spring training games left to be played. That's Pittsburgh, New York, San Diego, and Arizona.
Okay.
So we have 4 more days to see anybody impress us for our organization to make the
Okay.
big league squad.
Okay.
However, in order to help speed up the process a little bit, since we are a little short on time, we've done some pre-stream work that we should probably go over.
Sure, that's a good idea. Go ahead.
So we have demoted a lot of players. If you go to the roster overview, you'll notice we are down to 31 players on our spring training roster. So for these last 4 games, we're basically going to be throwing our main starters. The only people that are really competing for a spot at this point is our pitchers.
Okay.
So we sent down people like Taylor Trammell, regretfully. I'd love to see him be in the majors this year, but he needs just a little more time in AAA before we really get to see a good glimpse of him. We've sent down Hunter Harvey, Zach Houston, Caleb Ferguson, Sergio Alcantara, and Vladimir Gutierrez. They're not ready yet. Fernando Romero did get sent down. He has not been as good as I was hoping him to be in spring training, and I would like to see him get some AAA time. We also sent down Zach Pop. Sal Romano got sent down just because he's not as good as some of the other options we have, and he would be a bullpen person at that point, and we'd prefer to see him be a starter. Austin Hayes, unfortunately, got sent down, mostly because our outfield is just too full. We have too many good people in the outfield with Almora and Hamilton. We just really can't keep Hayes because he only plays right field, and we really need a utility outfielder, not a single position outfielder. We also sent down Brent Rooker. He is our backup first baseman in case Votto gets hurt, so he'll be lingering in AAA until that inevitably happens, as the OOTP gods always seem to do. And then, of course, we're sending down Ryan Hendricks and Durbin Feltman, a couple of relief pitching people who weren't doing that good. Not a problem to have them send down. But the big one that we're sending down, we sent down Dakota Hudson to AAA. He has had a terrible spring training. He has not had the control that we needed him to be able to have. And he has lost the 5th man rotation spot. He is down in AAA now officially for the beginning of the season.
Sad,
yeah.
Really.
It actually is really sad because we were really hoping that he would be able to solidify that 5th spot in the rotation and not have to have us go into our depth, because while that's a really good thing that we have that depth, we really didn't want to have to dip into that too early, just in case that really spirals out of control. So we'll see how that goes. The good news is that if you go to our pitching rotation right now, if you actually go to the pitching tab, I've set us up for a 6-man rotation for these last 4 days. We really want to see probably a couple of these people on this list, because I took Luis Castillo and Luis Severino off the rotation right now because they're guaranteed starters. That's not a problem. They've had a really good spring.
By the way, real world side note, did you see that Severino appears to be out for the season?
And you wonder why the Yankees were a little bit okay with sending us Severino for like little to nothing, because I think a lot of people were looking at Severino and going, I think he's destined for Tommy John surgery just because of the pain he's having and the discomfort. It's going to be inevitable. So, thankfully that hasn't happened to us in the game yet. If that had happened to us in the game, I wouldn't be devastated, but it would definitely hurt our chances.
I think distraught. I think you would be a little distraught, frankly.
Well, we didn't give away too much for him. We gave away Cody Reed, and while Cody Reed has a decent chance at being a number 5 starter, losing a number 2 pitcher like Severino is definitely a bad sign for the start of the season. So it would have been bad.
Okay.
But I want to see us throw Genesis Cabrera, Alex Reyes, Adbert Alzolay, and Francis Martez out into these last 4 games, and I want to let them basically go as far as they want to into each game, because we want to basically give those 4 guys a chance to win that 5th rotation spot. That's who it's basically going to come down to, and my money is on Alzolay. Personally, I think he actually has had one of the best springs I've ever seen in a starting pitcher.
Good point.
I mean, the dude's done 14 innings of work, which is basically 4 appearances, of which his last appearance he went 5 innings. He's had a grand total of 19 strikeouts.
Yeah.
It's in 14 innings, 19 strikeouts. So he's definitely doing lights out pitching for us. And for a fly ball pitcher, he's actually kept the ball on the ground and basically in the catcher's mitt. So he's been really, really good. So I'm really hoping that Alzolay actually claims that fifth man rotation spot, and we would be using him instead of anybody else. But at the same time, I'd like to see Francis Martez get a shot. He's had a clean spring training so far. 4 appearances, 3 innings each time. So that's a grand total of 12 innings, and he's got 14 strikeouts in 12 innings, and he has given up no runs. In fact, he's only given up 5 hits and 3 walks.
Unbelievable.
So he's doing fantastic. However, his control is really flimsy, so I don't want to push him too hard if we don't have to. So we've got options. That's going to be kind of what we do for the last 4 days of spring training. I did want to cover a couple more things. I've gone ahead and done some position swaps for some of the players that we sent down to the minors.
Okay.
And that just basically, you don't have to go to their pages if you don't want to, but I have actually assigned players to play positions in the minors because they need to learn those positions because they're the better position for them to learn versus where they're currently stationed. So, for example, Taylor Trammell is considered a center fielder. He's going to be learning left field over the course of this season. He will be a left fielder for life now. Sergio Alcantara is now officially a shortstop for life. Jose Siri is being converted to right field. Will Toffee and Jonathan India are losing their third base ability. They will become first basemen. Now, that's subject to whether or not we actually don't need them to play third anymore. But right now, we kind of have Moustakas in line for at least 5 seasons, so there's really no room for them to play third base. And Votto is more likely than not the person who would be benched, and we would have a first base opening. So just some little things there. And then just Yusniel Diaz is going to get converted to a right fielder only. I think he's considered a center fielder right now. So that was just some of the little things that I did behind the scenes. We're probably never going to see that until next season. But I just wanted to cover it in case we accidentally ran into them and you guys were like, wait, why are they red? Why are they like, set in a position? What happened there? So that's what just basically happened at this point.
Very good.
Okay. Other things we should look at. I have redone the short list to prepare for the new season.
Okay.
So if you go to Rich Grisham, which is your name, so the manager, and go to the player search and short list.
Yep.
And if you go to the selected short list, you can see I've gone ahead and done some work. We now officially have Reds prospects, Alex's wish list, which is basically a combination of major league and minor league players. So it's just people that I'm interested in. Free agency tracker, which has been, I believe, updated for 2020 free agency. So if you go to the free agency tracker, these are all the players that are expected to be free agents at the end of the season. So if we want to think about, hey, I think we're going to lose our catcher this coming year, who's available at the offseason, this would be a good place to go to right now.
All right.
The other one we have, of course, is going to be our draft wish list. Now, the draft wish list we're not going to get into until next stream because we're not going to know who our draft pool is until 2 more days from today, and we're not going to go into that on this stream. I would need an hour probably just to explain how we're going to do the short lists for the draft because I go all in on those. Like, I used to print out the entire draft pool on pieces of paper and highlight people. And it was bad, okay?
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's what we call good. That's what we call being dedicated to the craft, my friend.
Dedicated indeed. But maybe too much, though. No. But, yeah, so that's stuff that we'll do at a later date. So don't worry about that for right now. Okay. Oh, we do need to add one player to the wish list. And this is someone that I had wished we had gotten. But I need you to head to the Chicago White Sox team, Rich.
Okay.
Because they got somebody that we desperately wanted to have happen to us.
Okay.
So they have a person on their team named Jeff Furyk.
All right.
He's a starting pitcher.
Okay.
And this is somebody the Chicago White Sox found as a scouting discovery. So this is someone they got for free that their scout found out of Florida, of all places. And
so he would be...
He should be their ace pitcher.
Oh. Their ace pitcher. Oh, Jeff, you're... Okay, got him.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
So this is just an example of what we get if our scout did his job correctly.
Whoa.
Yes. Who
is getting fired over this? Because this is a fireable offense.
Fired over this, but someone's gonna lose the job. This is like finding the Florida man and realizing they throw 98 to 100, extreme ground ball pitcher. He's never played a game in baseball, and he's theirs for free. And I'm pissed.
I don't blame you.
What the? But why? Just why? So, anywho, we need to add him to our wish list short list because if we could ever get this guy, this is what we want. This is basically what we want to get.
So for how do I add him? I just right-click and...
You can't find players via the scouting discovery. Example A. This is example A.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you'll go to actions, or you can right-click on his name, and then you should be able to do short lists and just add him to the to my wish list.
Okay. I was gonna say your wish list, right? What is his nickname?
What is his nickname? Stick. That's right. Yeah. He's gonna stick it to all of us pretty soon.
That's fantastic.
I'm actually really concerned because that makes the White Sox have an ace pitcher out of nowhere who could potentially nail down what is missing on that White Sox organization. They've got a lot of good hitters, and all they needed was an ace pitcher.
Okay.
And they got one for free.
All right. Well, hey, we'll just have to beat them, right? That's all we can do.
Exactly. Now we have to beat them.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to do some moves before we do our last 4 spring training games, and we're going to try to go really fast through all this.
That is so unlike you.
That is
to make a move.
So unlike me. In fact, we actually have an optional trade and a trade and then some free agency signings, so we've got a lot to do today.
All
It's
right.
going to be today. So let's first of all head to free agency.
Okay.
So if you go to MLB transactions and go to free agents, we are going to want to sort by potential.
Okay.
And as we've done in the past, we're looking for people who have no demand because there's going to be a few people who keep getting added over the course of spring training. The teams drop them, or because of something else, they are no longer needed. So, for example, prime example is Gene Casanova. If you go to Gene Casanova, he's actually a pretty decent starting pitching prospect / relief pitching prospect. So he's worth the free sign if you want to get him.
Sure.
We should go ahead and go through this list really quickly and just see anybody that we think is really good and someone that we would be interested in signing for free. So I would say Gene Casanova, Tanner Schlabborod, Probably Anthony Maldonado. I would also.
Do I offer these guys minor league contracts? Is that what I'm doing?
You can do it all at once if you wanted to.
Oh, of course I do.
Yeah. So if you go back to the list, you can just use the.
Why wouldn't I want to do that?
You can just use the button on the left, and we can just select all the ones that are interested in.
All right. So I already did Casanova here, so I'm going to go Maldonado, Chabord, I can't even pronounce that fellow's name.
Lebrad, I think is how it's pronounced. He's American, so it's really weird. But then Drew Smiley is actually not demanding anything, so we should offer him a contract, and that's it. That's all it is. This list right here. We're not going to go into the 2 stars. That's too much. But you can go ahead and right-click on Drew Smiley and just offer them a minor league contract.
Okay. Bear with me. My computer is having a little hiccup here.
That's okay.
It's not you, Alex. It's me.
No worries. No worries.
All right. So Maldonado, Smiley, and Clayboard, right? And those are the guys that we're going to offer minor league contracts to those 3, right?
Correct. Just those 3.
Okay, just those 3.
That's pretty much all we're going to do for right now.
Okay, good. Very good.
Now, we're also going to do one more thing. I needed to change the scouting from Medor to the OOTP Scouting Association, or the OSA, as we like to call it.
All right. I'm doing that here, right? Going to OOTP. That's where it was. Oh, I guess not. Okay.
So if you do that, you should notice that there should be a change in some of the people in terms of their ratings. And suddenly, there's a couple of really good prospects on the top of that list.
There sure are.
Christian Zamora is an 18-year-old out of Cuba. He was originally on the Atlanta Braves organization, and they have released him. So we're going to pick up the pieces for the Braves at this point. So we want to sign basically anybody, again, who is 3 stars or higher and has no demand. So you can do the same thing for all of this list right here.
Wow, there's a lot of them.
There are quite a few. You've got Montpierre, and Parker Phillips is an interesting signing as well.
Uh-oh. Maldonado, can't do something about him.
I think you may have already signed Maldonado.
Okay. Let's try this.
Well,
again.
I might be a little high pitched because I'm excited, but at the same time, that's unfortunately how I am. I could increase my base.
I don't think it remembered everything. Let me try again here.
One more time. If you've already offered a contract to a player, it would give you that little message saying, hey, can't offer this person a contract because...
Now I can't offer any of them contracts for some reason.
Okay, then that means you probably already have given them all contracts, and we're good to go.
Okay, good. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you never trust OSA, but at the same time, it's hard not to trust OSA because our head scout thinks that Hunter Green is terrible, and Hunter Green, we all know Hunter Green is really good, but OSA liked Hunter Green. So it's hard sometimes when OSA is actually more accurate than your scout for some reason. So I try to go with both. I'll take chances on both if I can. Okay. So that was us signing last-second free agents, just a couple. Pretty much whatever is left on the market at this point, we're going to scoop those up before they head away. And as we move into the regular season, it'll give us just a couple more people who maybe they develop down the road. Maybe there's someone we trade down the road. We don't know, but we'll find out sooner or later.
Okay.
Let me offer up the 2 trades that we're going to do really fast before we move into the last 4 days of spring training.
I'll get my popcorn ready here.
Yeah, get the popcorn ready, guys. This is going to be. Let's do the big one first. Let's do the big one first. So, and this is where it's going to become. This is probably going to be a trade you're going to instantly shoot down, but I want you to understand what is possible when you are looking for trades and you're kind of ear to the ground in OOTP. So we need to head to the trade menu, which of course is MLB transactions, player trade, and the initiate trade screen.
I literally got my popcorn, although my popcorn was not popcorn, it was a Girl Scout cookie, but for effect I had to eat a Girl Scout cookie. The Thin Mints, actually. Quite delicious.
I'm a Samoa's. person,
I
unfortunately.
mean, they're all good. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong.
they're all good, but my
Don't
family
get me wrong.
was Thin Mints lovers, and I was a Samoa, and they were like, "What? Were you adopted?" Anywho, so we're gonna head for the team selection. We're gonna go back to the Chicago White Sox, actually.
All right.
So if you can find the White Sox, they're in a rebuilding mode
Okay.
at the moment, and this is a trade that I want to basically show off to chat, show off to you, Rich, and then we're going to think about it and move on to the actual trade that we're going to do.
Okay.
Then we'll swing back to this one.
Okay.
So I need you to add on the White Sox side of the deal, I need you to add Luis Robert onto the deal. He's what is he technically? He is the 67th overall prospect in MLB.
All right. Where is he?
There we go. I'm back.
Where is he?
Sorry
Like,
about
is he? Oh, is he?
He should. He's a part of their prospects list.
Okay. What's his name?
This is Luis Robert. He's a center field prospect. He's very good.
Got him. Okay.
Very good prospect. He is the 67th overall prospect in MLB.
Okay.
So he's very good. We are also going to add Nick Madrigal to the offers list, and he is the number, what is he, 6?
He's number 5-star prospect.
This is a good prospect. This is someone that I have been drooling and wanting to get for years.
Wow.
He's really good. Now, our head scout does not like him as much as OSA does, but if he even comes close to what OSA thinks, yes, he is one of the top prospects in baseball. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And Robert's considered one of the best outfielders for the White Sox, besides, of course, Jimenez. We're also going to add to the deal Ian Hamilton. He's a relief pitcher. He's also 4 stars.
Sure, why not? Because, if you're ripping these guys off, you might as well just pile it on, right?
Well, we'll see what you think about this deal when we get to the end.
Okay.
We also have to add on Tyler B. Johnson, another 4-star.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so let me tell you what we'd have to give up to make this deal work, because I was a little shocked that I could make this work, but at the same time, it is a killer for our team. So what we need to do is we need to head to our, let's see, how do I want to do this now? Let's start off with our prospects list.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want to sort it by player last name, because that's going to be easier to find.
Okay.
We need to find Alex Guerrero. He's a catching prospect that we picked up from the New York Yankees.
All right.
We also need to add, let's see if Liley is here or not. Let me check and see if he's here. Yeah, Ryan Lilly, Lillie.
Okay.
He's a relief pitcher in our rookie system right now.
Okay.
We also need to go and head to our spring training roster. So if you can head to spring training roster, we are going to add into the deal Peter Fairbanks. He's the Rule 5 draft player that we picked up from the Rays.
I think he was a movie star in the 30s, actually, but go on.
And then here's the big one. We have to add Mike Moustakas to the deal.
Wait, can you even do that? Can you sign a free agent and then trade him right away?
Technically, you're not allowed to in real life, but in OOTP, you can.
Ah.
This is where you'd get in trouble with the MLBPA. They'd be like, wait, you just got this guy.
Well, the MLBPA is watching the show right now, Alex. Like, I don't want to literally get in trouble with the MLBPA on stream. That would be terrible for everybody involved.
That is true. I mean, and in the end, Rich, this deal, even though it would be agreed upon by the White Sox GM, and we would not like it. Our GM, Dave Littlefield, doesn't like it. He thinks we should add a prospect onto the list. We probably could add a prospect onto this list and make it a five prospect trade. But the issue is that we would end up losing Mike Moustakas. in this deal. And we just got him. And he's technically our cleanup hitter right now. And we would not be getting a replacement for him. Now, the good news is that we do have replacements. We'd put Yoshioka at third base, and we would end up putting one of our extra outfielders into the outfield, and we'd be fine. It would be amazing to pick up someone the likes of Nick Madrigal. Even Luis Robert is a really good pickup. Those are both top 100 prospects in baseball right now. Ian Hamilton is expected to be at least a top 30 White Sox prospect. Tyler Johnson is the same way. They would both be excellent relief pitching prospects for us. But we're going to move on from this deal, let you think about this. So I'm going to let chat think about this, let you think about this, Rich. This would be a big deal because it would take us away from winning this year to winning in 2 years. This would basically mean that we guarantee ourselves to win, our division in 2 years, maybe 3 years, but for a long time after that, because Madrigal and Robert would become centerpieces to build around for our organization.
Alex, this is why I can't run a Major League Baseball organization.
You can't make a decision.
I don't. I mean, I could pull the trigger on this, and I could also not I could do either, and I would be okay with it.
Okay.
And yet now, because of you, I'm going to rue whatever I don't do more than be happy with what I actually do pick.
Oh gosh.
So thank you for introducing a fresh new set of anxiety into my life, sir. I appreciate that.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, let's move on to the other trade first then. Let's get that one out of the way.
Please.
So you can think about this one. We'll let chat do on it as well, and we'll come to a decision maybe at the end of the stream or something like that. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's change course.
I can't have this hanging over me for a whole week. No
breath
way,
of
man.
fresh air, Rich. Let's head over to the Toronto Blue Jays really fast.
All right. Okay.
So on the Toronto Blue Jays team, we are looking to add. Danny Bautista Jr. He'll be part of their prospects list. And if I remember correctly, I think our head scout likes him, but OSA does not like him. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
So Danny Bautista Jr. is going to be the first person on this list. We're also going to be adding Leonardo Jimenez to this trade.
All right.
We are also, if you've got Leonardo.
I'm getting there. Leonardo Jimenez, got him. 18-year-old. Whoa, 18-year-old 4.5-star prospect? Oh,
yeah.
No, not Juan Jimenez. Leonardo Jimenez. That's
yes, Leonardo.
Gotta get the right fellow with that
Second
name.
base / shortstop prospect.
4.5-star prospect. And Bautista, what is he?
Yes, Danny Bautista is also a pretty decent prospect. Our head scout likes him. He's 3.5 stars by our head scout's performance. This is actually the son of Danny Bautista, who played for the Diamondbacks and a couple others.
I love the son of a major leaguer being on my team.
The Toronto Blue Jays love getting sons of players. They have Leiter's kid. They've got Bichette's kid. They've got Vladdy's kid.
Guerrero's, yeah, absolutely.
Kid. They've got all of them. I would be surprised if they, didn't get, not Al Leiter. No, they do have Al Leiter's kid. Yeah, that's Mark. Anywho, we also need to add on to this trade. We're looking for a catcher named Yorman Agustin Rodriguez. Really big last name.
Not Jose Daniel Rodriguez.
This is a Yorman Agustin. He's a catching prospect.
Got it.
Good, you found him.
Okay.
The last one we're looking for is a really cool player's name. We're looking for Forrest Wall.
Forrest Wall, as in W-A-H-L?
W-A-L-L. Like
right.
your house wall.
Forrest Wall, got him.
He's a great player. He used to play for the Colorado Rockies. He plays center field / second base. Very good speed. Decent enough hitting ability. Won't make the big leagues, but still a decent prospect to fill a minor league spot. And we're going to offer for these 4 different players, we're going to give them Amir Garrett from our major league roster.
Okay.
Mostly because we have a good depth in our rotation and our relief pitchers right now. And Amir Garrett, he hasn't had enough time in spring training, and his movement and control is very low.
All right.
So we're going to get rid of him. You may need to also have this make this work now, because they will not accept this trade right off the bat. We're looking for, on the list, who's the person again? We're looking for an Alberto Gonzalez to make this deal work.
There he is. Okay.
Yeah. So we can add him to the deal.
All right.
And both GMs like it. Or assistant GMs.
Okay.
So that's a win-win for all of us.
All right.
We get some good people out of the deal. We get some good hitters, and we give up a couple of pitchers that really are not going to be on a playoff-bound team if all honesty was set aside. So we can go ahead and complete that trade right as it is.
Okay.
And no, guys, we're not going to retain any contracts. My apologies. I feel like I let you guys all down at this point. There's no contracts to retain, so, hey, I have an excuse.
Yes,
exactly. Okay. So after you've made that deal and you've gone through with that, let's go ahead and swing back around to that White Sox deal and think about that one more time.
Oh, man.
So hear me out, Rich. This is what I was going for.
All right.
Nick Madrigal is an excellent second base prospect. This would open up Nick Senzel to be able to play any other position we wanted him to play, whether that be left field or center field. It would not be a problem. His hitting ability is unmatched in most prospects, and his speed is really good. He's definitely one of the best prospects in baseball right now, even though he's only 5'7". He's a really good prospect. He is, however, about 2 or 3 years away from the big leagues. Luis Robert would be the replacement for Mookie Betts next year. If he could develop quickly, he would be our replacement for Mookie Betts next year. He's 6'3", 22 years of age, 3.5-star prospect with decent speed, fairly good fielding in right field. We'd have to train him in right. He's only played about half a season in right field, but his eye discipline is very good. He's got a very good swing. He'll be able to hit us probably about 290 a season with probably about 25 to 30 doubles and maybe about 20 home runs. He'd be an excellent replacement for Mookie Betts if we don't intend to re-sign him. Ian Hamilton is a decently ready-to-go relief pitcher right now. He would basically fill in for where Amir Garrett is getting removed for our organization right now. He's already had 10 games in the big leagues last year. Actually, he had a full season this year in real life, I believe. But he just came out of AAA in 2018. He had fantastic performances for the White Sox, and he's a great relief pitcher. Tyler Johnson is in the same boat. Has some control issues, but if you can even get that up to where we think he can do, he's a great relief pitcher for us as well. Would easily be able to slot into our bullpen and would be very, very nice. And he's also halfway there.
So Matrim in the chat brings up a great question, and I'm pretty sure you're going to say no because you would have probably put it together already. But is there anyone other than Moose that works for this trade?
No. Mike Moustakas is highly overvalued in our league right now. Highly overvalued. I don't know why.
Those are strong words.
He could trade Mike Moustakas for Kyle Wright 1-for-1 right now. Which, if anyone doesn't know who Kyle Wright is, he is the number one prospect for the Braves right now.
I have a
Kyle
question.
Wright is really good. Yes.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Here is my question.
Yes.
How about we do this trade in June?
The problem is that come June, the players involved in this deal are probably going to be differently valued. Moustakas will probably remain the same. If he has a good season, he won't lose any of his value. Peter Fairbanks is definitely going to lose some of his value. Alex Guerrero as a prospect could quickly lose some of his value, mostly because he's a 19-year-old. Alex Guerrero is the one person on this list that we're throwing in just because we don't know if he's going to develop at all. He's a 3.5-star catcher with decent fielding, but he's 20 years old, bats left, and he's only played in the rookie season for a year. So I highly doubt this deal is going to be accepted come June, most likely also because Nick Madrigal and Luis Robert will have been given another half season to develop, and if the White Sox see how valuable they are, they would never accept this deal. So that's the pitch for why we should make the deal. The problem is, I don't know if we're going to be as good of a team if we lose Mike Moustakas at third base. We have decent backups. We could put Yoshioka at third. He'd be a good third baseman for us. He already knows how to play third base. We could easily slot him in right there. We'd probably call up either Austin Hayes, or we'd call up Yusniel Diaz, or even Victor Reyes to play left field. That wouldn't be a problem. It would be an easy transition for us to go without Moustakas. The problem is that Moustakas is a fan favorite. He's extremely popular in Cincinnati, and he's definitely our biggest power hitter. But I have to agree with Magus. If we're going to do this deal, it's pretty much only going to be now. We're not going to get this opportunity again in June.
We're going to bring this forward in Out of the Park Baseball 21.
That's what I was assuming, yes.
So we're in this for the long haul.
Oh, we're totally in this for the long haul. We're setting up this team to be a team that could win right now if we don't move Moose, but a team that also will win 2 or 3 years down the road and continue to win 2 or 3 or 5 years down the road. That is always the hope, is that you build up the team to win as soon as possible and to keep winning.
All right, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Ooh, gonna do it.
We're going to do it.
Woo. Okay.
It changes everything, but we've changed everything twice, and we haven't even had a pitch in the regular season, and we've philosophically changed this organization technically 3 times.
Yeah, about 3 times.
My goodness.
Okay.
I'm either extremely flexible or wildly wishy-washy. I don't know what it is.
It's probably a bit of
I'm so
both.
wishy-washy, I can't even figure that out.
It's probably a bit of both. Now, the other good news about doing this deal, Rich, is that it actually saves us about $8.5 million.
I like that.
Which gives us some wiggle room to maybe make a trade at the trade deadline if we're still in competition but need a slight push.
Okay.
So this actually gives us a little bit of breathing room as well. Not that I wanted to use Moustakas in this manner. I really prefer to have him at third base, but at the same time, he is one of the players in our organization that if he does not perform well, he will instantly go into a 2-star overall prospect kind of player, and no one will trade for him because he'll be an overvalued veteran, overpaid veteran at that point. So,
and David in chat wants to know if they can retain some of the Hamilton contract. Think we can pull that off too?
Sure, why not? Let's give it a try. No, they won't even take 5%.
Really? Okay, nothing at all, huh? Okay.
You can give it a shot, but I don't think they're going to. I had to basically beg for Hamilton and Johnson to be a part of this deal. Yeah, they weren't giving me very much to make this happen. So unfortunately, I don't think you'll get them to take even 5% of Hamilton's contract.
All right, if I'm doing this, I got to press the button now. I can't linger on this.
Let's do it now. Let's not have second thoughts about it.
All right, boom, we did it. We did it. I can't believe we did it. And again, the MLBPA reps are already in the chat.
Writing up reports.
They're
they did
filing
this
a grievance.
and they did this, and they ruined everything.
Filing a grievance.
Oh my gosh. I am very interested in seeing where our minor league system ranks change, because we are overall 9th without Madrigal and Roberts. And that's before the beginning of the season when those are updated. We normally project around 7th, so we might be looking at a top 5 minor league prospect organization now, which is wonderful.
How do we go look at that?
If you wanted to see that, you'd have to go to the front office of the Reds and go to the player development. The organizational depth chart has your ranking up at the top.
We hardly knew you, Moose. We hardly knew you.
I'm sorry, Moose. Don't take it personally. You're really valued right now.
Player development, right?
Yes. And then up at the top should be your minor league system ranks. So much
Second.
out of 3. Second?
Second. Number 2.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's worth it. I'm sorry, Moose, but that's worth it. That is absolutely worth it.
This is exciting.
Wow. Second. And that's before we get the updates. So people like Madrigal and Roberts go up in our rankings. Hunter Green goes up in our rankings. India and Trammell will probably go up a little bit, just depending upon how they're ranked. But wow, we've got a chance to be solidly first at this point, come the new season. Okay, well, so with that information, we need to redo our lineups. And probably
what did you miss? Yeah, you missed a lot, my friend.
Just like the biggest deal we've ever done. I mean, we thought the Mookie Betts deal was big. No,
that's nothing.
No, we just topped it. We just topped it.
That's nothing.
Okay, so we need to go to lineups, because we're now going to do an audible and have Yoshioka go play third base.
Sure.
Which was the plan all along anyway.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We just had to go the long way to get there.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, that's an example right there of why you do need to have the union rules that don't allow you to make those kinds of deals where you sign somebody and then instantly turn around and get rid of them. Right. Because that's what can happen.
Yeah.
We're going to have to right-click on Yoshioka and go to his set game strategy, because unfortunately he is set as a left fielder right now.
Okay.
We need to set him as third base.
All right. Force start, use a position third base, you mean, right? That's what we're talking about?
We're going to force start him at third.
Okay.
And he will have to learn a little bit of third base. He's only 50 overall at third right now.
Yep.
But he should get a little more development at third base and probably top out around 60, I imagine. So he should be a good third baseman for us, and he'll do a good job. However, you're going to notice that left field is absolutely vacant at this point.
I did notice that.
We do have Almora who could fill left field, but in all honesty, I don't actually know if that's what we want to do. Let me think about what our options are at this moment. So we do have people in AAA who are ready to go at this point. That would be Yusniel Diaz and Victor Reyes. Victor Reyes would probably be the person that I would be looking at calling up. He knows how to play left.
Looking at 40 man.
You'd have to go to the AAA Louisville Bats.
Okay, so
team.
Bring up Reyes, you said?
I would bring up Victor Reyes.
Okay.
He's got really good hitting ability. He didn't have the greatest spring training. He batted .242, but his ability to play outfield is very good. And he'll do a good job for us.
So what am I doing? Transaction promote to Cincinnati?
Correct. We're going to promote him to Cincinnati.
Okay.
We could do Hamilton in left, but he hasn't played any time in left, and he would have to learn on the fly, and we missed our opportunity to teach him left field in spring training. And in all honesty, while I like Hamilton, he's really more of our pinch runner slash bunt specialist at this point. I really don't see Hamilton starting. I see him being the person that comes off the bench that everybody fears because he walks onto the field and steals 2 bags. So the problem now comes down to the fact that we have we kind of have 2 backup outfielders and 1 backup infielder, with just Estrada being our backup infielder, who technically could play all 3 positions, second base, third base, and shortstop. So Thero Estrada is going to get a lot of playing time this year, which is good. That's why we got him. But we're probably going to need to make a decision about Almora and Hamilton, because I don't think we need to have both of them. But let's worry about that later. I think we're actually all set, depending upon whether or not you've got the lineups all redone.
Well, am I putting Reyes in left against
Yes.
righties and lefties? Okay.
You can probably just ask the manager or let's not ask the bench coach to fill the lineups, because I've done some work on them. So we should go ahead and have Victor Reyes slot into left field.
Okay.
And then we are going to have to actually do some work on the lineups, because I forgot Moustakas was batting cleanup, and that means that's where Victor Reyes is going to go.
So should I ask the bench coach for the lineups and depth charts?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that for right now. That'll speed up the process just a little bit, so we can at least get to these last 4 games of spring training.
Okay.
Oh, one other thing, Rich. We need to go to rosters and transactions.
Okay.
And we need to go to waivers and DFA.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is going to get interesting. We should have some people in our designated for assignment list.
Ian Hamilton.
Yes, it's probably just Ian Hamilton. He needs to be added to the 40-man roster and then sent down to AAA.
All right.
We have Yoshioka in left field versus right-handed pitchers. Is that what we have, Magus?
Let's take a look. Versus right-handers, I have Yoshioka at third. And versus left-handers, I have Yoshioka at third, I believe.
Oh,
if I'm
okay,
looking at this
good.
correctly. I put in left? No, I have Reyes, I believe, right?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
As long as we have Reyes out in left field, that's fine.
Okay.
We do have a lot of flexibility with Yoshioka and Adames. We're actually pretty good about that, so we shouldn't have a problem with that. Okay. We should also go ahead and do the actions if you're still on that roster and transactions page.
I'm not, but now I am.
We should go ahead and have it ask the AI to set up the complete minor league system.
Okay.
Because we need to make sure that Madrigal and Roberts get into either AA or AAA.
Okay, so in AAA, who am I looking for?
Let's not worry about that for right now. They're not going to start playing until middle of April, so we have time to worry about that later.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and try to get through these last 4 games and knock them out of the park, and then I think that'll be it for the day.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so for day number 1, we're going to want to see who's available to pitch today is going to be the question now.
What lineup am I using?
We can use whatever the default lineup is as it is right now. We're going to be using... Oh, if you can, though, make sure Posey gets a day off. He's still tired. He's going to need probably 2 or 3 days off.
All right, so, yeah, I got Matsura catching
Perfect.
today.
As long as we have Matsura catching, that's going to be the biggest thing for us to worry about. Let's have Sonny Gray start the day.
Okay.
He'll probably go just 2 or 3 innings. He really doesn't need to go that much.
All right. All right, here we go. Half inning. Sonny Gray gives up 1.
Oof.
Oops, sorry. I meant to say half inning. We go scoreless in the second. No runs in the bottom of the second for Gray. No runs in the bottom of the third.
Okay, let's hold off on having Gray go any longer than that. He's had a good spring training. I don't want to push somebody and get them injured at this point.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's go ahead and bring in some of the relief pitchers that we really need to see get some playing time, because I realize that we're actually a bit behind on some of our spring training relief squads. Let's bring in Razel Iglesias for about an inning.
All right. He gives up 3 runs.
Oof! Please, Iglesias.
All right, who's next?
Let's bring in Jimmy Herget.
Okay. He gives up no runs.
Good. Much better. Much better. See, Jimmy? Or see Iglesias? That's how you do it.
Exactly.
Let's double up for the last couple of innings with the Steven brothers, as I like to call them. Steven Nogasek and Steven Vilenez. We'll let them each go an inning.
1 inning. All right.
1 inning each, please.
Nogasek gives up no runs.
Awesome.
And then we go to Steven Vilenez, you said?
Yeah, let's go with Vilenez next.
Vilenez. And he gives up no runs as well. It's 4-1 Pittsburgh heading into the bottom of the 8th. Who's pitching?
Let's go with Robert Stevenson. We haven't seen a lot of him yet, and we definitely need to see if he's going to develop well for us.
Okay. No runs. Very good. And
Awesome.
we go scoreless, so the game is over.
Okay.
All right,
Gonna
next game.
Gonna have to get some more offense here, guys. That's not gonna do it.
Casanova says somebody else, if they offer me a better deal, unless they do, I'll sign with you. So that's good.
Yep. And then he signed the next day, actually. So we're actually looking pretty good. What's the messages up at the top of the screen, though?
Oh, I don't know. I went right to the game.
Oh, that's okay. We'll get to it after the game.
All right.
The good question now is going to be, which of our starting pitchers are ready to go?
Alzolay is...
Oh, let's definitely throw Alzolay out there. He needs to give us another good outing. And this is going to be a good challenge for him. This Mets team is really good.
Darn right they are.
Hey, Rich, come on. Bribe them and make it easier on Alzolay for the day, please.
No, I want to see Alzolay earn his way onto this.
That's true.
Onto this team. All right, here he goes. First inning, no runs for Alzolay.
Good.
Second inning, no runs. He is unstoppable, folks. Unstoppable. Struck out 2 in 2 innings. Third inning, no runs. Come on. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Are you
Get up,
kidding
Advert.
Me? Is he going anymore?
Oh, yeah, he can go up to 5 innings. We want to basically give him a chance to go a full start here.
Holy mackerel. 4 scoreless.
Yes! Oh, that was his first hit given up, too.
5 scoreless.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
5 scoreless. 19 innings, 1 earned run this spring, 24 strikeouts. Come on.
Okay, Alzolay, you've got our 5. You've got the 5th man spot.
Yes.
That's easy. Okay, let's go ahead and take him out because 5 innings is pretty much the most I would be feeling comfortable doing. We'll stretch him out during the regular season. Don't worry about that, Jeff. We'll definitely do that. Yeah, we should look at signing someone like Mike Moustakas to help our offense. That'd be a great idea, Matt. That's a great idea. Why did I think of that? I'm not being trying to be silly or like that. No, but that is a really good idea. We could use a big power hitter like a Moustakas right now. Anywho, let's bring in his counterpart, Francis Martez, if he's ready to go.
All right. Let's do that. Where is he?
Yeah.
Why can't I find him? There he is. Okay.
Hit the top. So we'll let him go the rest of the game, basically, and we'll see if he does as good. Yeah, he's a starting pitching person. He's the one competing with Alzolay for that 5th man spot. So
well, he has given up 1 run through 3.
Okay, that's decent. That actually gives him his first run given up.
He is also completely gassed heading into the 9th inning.
Let's not have him go anymore. Let's go ahead and bring in Carlos Martinez to close this game out, please. Carlos needs to show up more than he has.
Absolutely right. That is 100% right. I'm a little ticked.
Oh,
I'm
not either with Martinez.
Unhappy with Carlos and his 6.43 ERA and
He's
shockingly high whip.
He's getting the saves, but he's giving up runs every single time he does it.
All
So
right.
go ahead and do the 9th inning with him, and
Take us
we'll see
home,
what happens.
Carlos. Take us home. There you go. That's how you do it. No runs.
Yes, there
Well
we
done.
go.
No
we had
runs,
a good
one strikeout.
performance.
Nice
Good.
and clean. Nice and clean.
Oh, I'm still really impressed with Alzolay. That's been a great performance from an unknown starter just coming in. Has to earn his way onto the team. He's absolutely earned it. He has the number 5 spot at this point.
Messages. You wanted to see some messages I had.
There was a personal message that came in. Ooh. What was it? Oh, it was just Chilabrad telling us that he had probably gotten a better offer from somebody else.
Yep, he's going to sign with the Mets.
Well, we just whooped them, so I think that's a bad decision. But okay,
I agree. All right, we got the Padres now.
Padres time.
Who's pitching for us?
We're looking for either Alex Reyes or Genesis Cabrera to be available today.
All right. Well, Reyes is tired.
Uh-oh. Okay, let's do an audible and let's bring in Luis Severino instead then. We'll give him one more start to end the spring training season.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Probably only looking to do 3 or 4 innings tops for Severino. We don't want to have him suddenly need Tommy John surgery.
All right, well, he has given up 1 run through 3. He's still in the green, so I say we give him another inning.
Yeah, let's give him another half inning. Yeah.
All right, another scoreless inning, and now he's in the top of the yellow in a 1-1 game in the 5th.
Let's go ahead and pull him. Let's not push him too hard. We have our bullpen now ready to go.
All right.
So we should be able to go back to our bullpen. We need to see some people like Jared Miller get some more time. So let's bring Miller in for about an inning. And let's see how he can do.
He goes scoreless.
Okay, good. I'm about to say this is probably a really bad time to have Miller in against a bunch of righties, but
it's all right.
That's okay. Let's bring in. Is Helsley ready to go?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, let's bring in Helsley. He could go 2 innings tops if he wanted to.
All right. Scoreless in the 6th, and yeah, he's fine.
Okay, let's have him do 2 then.
Scoreless in the 7th.
Awesome, Helsley. There you go. Finally coming back from his one bad relief appearance where he gave up 3 runs on a 3-run home run. That was a bad little relief pitching outing the last time.
These pitchers are looking really good.
They're looking much better now. Oh yeah. Let's bring in Robert Stevenson, because he's debatable send down for opening day, and I want to see if he can prove that he deserves to be on the major league squad.
All right, Robert, you got 1 inning, and it's either major leagues or minor leagues. You give up no runs. Gives up I think a hit, but
okay, that's
give up
okay.
a hit.
All right,
yeah, a run, a hit, and struck out 2.
Okay, good. Let's go ahead and get to the bottom of the 9th. Oh, we're out of save position. That's okay. Let's still bring in Carlos Martinez.
Yeah, that's right, Carlos. We are putting you to work this spring, man. That's how it goes.
I was thinking about putting him in for 2 innings, but I'm not an Aroldis Chapman kind of guy. So.
All right, and he gives up a run.
Ugh. Okay, well, that wasn't a vital, high leverage
and a walk. So a hit, a run, a walk, struck out 2. Oh, and a home run. So he gave up a homer and then walked a guy before he struck out.
Oh, it was to Naylor. Okay, that's fine. Naylor has like 70 power. He's pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and advance to the last spring training game.
All right, here we go. Who's
against
pitching?
The Arizona Diamondbacks. We are hoping that Alex Reyes or Genesis Cabrera are ready to go. Hopefully Cabrera.
Nope, neither of them. They're both
tired. Okay, well, unfortunately, that's probably going to make both of them either go down to AAA because I can't see them one more time, or they'll become bullpen people. Okay, let's have DeSclafani start this game then.
All right.
He needs to get that ERA down as it is and give us a good outing here.
No pressure, DeSclafani. Just, whether you're going to pitch for us in the major leagues or not. That's all.
I mean, we could conceivably have Alzolay and Martez and then drop DeSclafani, but I don't really feel like that would be the best idea in the world.
All right, so I put DeSclafani through 4 so far. He's given up 1 run and 4 hits.
That is worthwhile.
8-1, by the way, heading
Good.
into the 5th. Do you want him to throw the 5th and see if he can qualify for the win?
Yes. Go ahead and have him go 5.
All right, and he gives up 3 runs.
Oof. At least he scored a lot of runs. We're okay.
Yeah.
We're okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we're pushing him too far, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and start with Jimmy Herget for this game.
All right. Now, how long is he going to go?
Just 1 inning for Herget. Then
right.
we'll go with the Steven brothers.
All right, so we're going Nogasek.
And Villanes.
Nogasek and Villanes.
So they'll each do an inning. Did we score 13 runs?
We did.
Oh, wow. We are, okay.
We're
I don't
good.
think we need Moustakas. We're doing just fine.
All right, it is 13-4 heading into the 9th inning.
Okay. Well, we don't need to bring in Carlos Martinez now.
No.
Let's bring in Jared Miller if he's not tired. Oh, he is tired. Let's bring in Moya then.
Who?
Gabriel Moya, left-handed pitcher.
All right.
He'll be good against the switch hitters and Travis Snyder if we get around to Travis Snyder.
And there we go. That's spring training.
That was spring training, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Good way to end spring training. 13-4, just demolishing.
Where do I quick see some stats for spring training?
Okay. So if you want to see stats, you'll have to go back to the lineups or the pitching rotation. And we'll just want to make sure that it's set on either pitching stats 1 or batting stats 1. And then we have to make sure that the split is set for spring training inside of game type.
There we go.
So depending on where you go.
All right. So who hit?
Who was hitting? Because
Mookie hit 3 homers.
Yes.
Only hit 204 though.
That's okay.
Pilar drove in the most runs and hit a whopping 382.
Yes, Pilar.
That's
good. Awesome. Good. That's what I wanted to see. How did Yoshioka do?
450? 450.
450, 507, 617?
Yes, a 4.56.
Wow, he had a good spring. Please do that in the regular season for us, Yoshi.
Gosh.
Please do that in the regular season for us.
Mike who?
Wow.
Who?
I don't think we need Moustakas if Betts can drive in runs, and we have Pilar driving in runs, and Yoshioka and Senzel and Votto get on base. I think we're going to be okay.
I agree.
And we've got a bunch of rookies in the prospect system ready to go, too.
All right. I think this is a great place to save. What do you think, sir?
Absolutely. This is a great place to save. We'll move into opening day on the next stream. We'll roster.
I can't wait to see this team in action. I can't wait to see this team in action.
I can't wait to see what the preseason predictions say on opening day, whether we are like top of the tier of everything or if we're going to be near the middle. That could be interesting.
Very interesting. All right. Woo. The Big Rich Machine continues. As you heard earlier, we're going to move this forward into Out of the Park Baseball 21 as well. So we're in this for the long term. And, boy, we made a long-term decision tonight, Alex. I'm a little freaked out.
I didn't actually expect you to agree to that trade.
No, you didn't. But you know what?
It's optional. You don't have to agree with me. You can just shut this down right off the board. But It's a really good move. I'm very impressed that we're able to pull that off. I think it'll be a good thing for our organization long term. And we have built up such a good depth chart and really good stuff just ready to go right now for our organization. We shouldn't really feel too much of an effect for losing Moustakas outside of maybe at most 5 wins. I think we'll be okay.
All right. Well, real quick before I let everybody go, first of all, thank you for being here. I want to let you know a couple things. Number one, Out of the Park Now, the podcast, the latest one dropped today, Alex. It includes an interview with Marcus Heinsohn, the CEO, talking not only about Out of the Park 21, but also Out of the Park Go. You get it straight from the man himself. What is the deal? Everybody wants to know. He tells you. It's very exciting. My goodness, I can't wait for Out of the Park Go. It's awesome. The other thing that I want to make sure that everybody is aware of, go check out the Kevin Kennedy Show. That'll come out this Thursday. Every Thursday, I get to hang out with Kevin Kennedy, Major League manager, Major League player. Come on, are you kidding me? He's great. He is absolutely great. So go check those out. And of course, I would love it if everybody out there, if you have already, thank you. Thank you very much. If you have not, please pre-order Out of the Park Baseball 21. It comes out March 20th. Pre-ordering Out of the Park Baseball 21 is an amazing way to tell us that you love us, because we love you, and we just, there's nothing like doing that for us. It just helps us. It validates that what we're doing is what everybody wants, and that's what we're in this for. All right, what do you say we get back together next Tuesday, Alex, and we do this again?
Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of stuff to go through for the beginning of the season, and we have the draft pool now to go through, so we'll be able to review that next week as well.
And by the way, be sure not to miss next Monday, March 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern, Out of the Park Baseball 21 Franchise Deep Dive with TJ and Matt, and I will be in the chat bothering them the whole time. So if nothing else, you can watch me cause trouble for them. So make sure you look out for that. And then the following Monday, March 9th, look into everything Perfect Team 21 for Out of the Park Baseball 21. So check those out as well. All right, Alex, you're the man. This was a blast. I can't wait for this season. It's going to be amazing. And then I can't wait to roll this into the Out of the Park Baseball 21, which is going to be amazing.
Yes.
And by the way, in Out of the Park Baseball 21, Alex, I get to drag all these different columns around, and I get to create all these sort of configurable player lists that I'll just set up.
Views.
All my old school, all the stuff that you guys hate, home runs, RBI. I'll be able to put them up there, nice front and center. I'm excited about that.
Well, our team's not going to have a lot of home runs, so maybe don't have that column on the list.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. We appreciate it. I'll be back Thursday night with the Out of the Park Perfect Team playoff push for trying again. I got close. We'll be back here Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Until then, everybody, thank you, and keep on playing Out of the Park Baseball.